Hello there and welcome to Business Connections Live. I'm Steve Harlan. Great to have your company. And here we are. It is Business Connections Live number 20. Very special program tonight. If you are a regular working yourself around the websites and you've come across an organization called Bizcrowd, well, then we're going to tell you more about that, particularly if you're a small to medium scale enterprise. With me this evening, my guest is Aron Thompson. He's the Digital Director for Business and Commercial Banking at RBS Group, talking about Bizcrowd, the new free online community. Aron, it's terrific to have you with us tonight, and thank you for coming in. Bizcrowd, fantastic opportunity for small businesses. But before we find out more about them, let's find out a bit about you. What do you do within Bizcrowd?
So hello, thank you very much for welcoming me to the show. Very much looking forward to having the chat with you. So Bizcrowd is a proposition that we at RBS and NatWest have built in response to what we believe is a gap within the market to help support the UK SME economy. So my role within that and trying to drive forward the Bizcrowd proposition is actually to understand where we think we can help meet any UK SME's needs. They don't have to be a customer of ours. Mm-hmm. So as part of my role, I think about Bizcrowd and how we can externally meet those business needs, but then also some of the other areas I get involved in are very much about how we can use the world of digital to what I like to call reduce friction when customers come into contact with the bank. So the world of online and online banking and mobile banking, web chat and call me capabilities are all part of how we make it easier for you to access us.
Right, okay, so it is a unique proposition here in the UK, isn't it? Because, in fact, it's a unique proposition across the world. Is anybody else doing anything like Bizcrowd?
So there are some people that do some similar types of services to Bizcrowd, and I think probably the difference is between in us, let's say, to somebody like LinkedIn, is that LinkedIn's very much about you and your professional identity as an individual. Now there are organisations that use it for recruitment purposes, but what Bizcrowd is actually trying to do is understand what your needs are. So you, Steve, what do you need to achieve today, and whether or not you can then leverage the community in order to support your desire to meet that need.
Is it a problem then for Bizcrowd to actually carve out that identity in the social media and social networking area? Because LinkedIn has become very established. I mean, we did a program on LinkedIn a couple of weeks back with a guy called Steve Mills. It's our biggest watched program. More people have watched that than any other show that we've done, because there is this hunger to actually communicate with other businesses. And I suppose we're all in this vain hope that if we communicate with enough businesses, what we're going to do is we're going to generate business for our own business. And Bizcrowd is different from that, though, because it is actually proper business requests that are going out there. You join it as a company, you put your details in as a company, but you can also go looking for companies too, can't you?
That is absolutely right. But I mean, just to go back to your first point about what do businesses need, and actually what do we all want as individuals, is the opportunity to network, be in contact with other people, share our ideas, and if we get along with one another, and actually there's an opportunity to do business with one another, or even in a social context, then that is how networks of relationships form. Now, if you put that into a business environment, exactly the same thing applies. So small businesses will be able to leverage the value that a community can bring, not only in enabling them to answer their own specific needs. Therefore I need to go to Bizcrowd and post that need. If I'm specific about where I actually, or the types of organisations or the types of need I have, the bit that Bizcrowd does is filter out and find the companies that are able to most accurately respond to your need. And by putting that business in connection or in contact with you, what we want you, Steve, to do is actually communicate and have a conversation with that company. Now, if no more comes to pass than you've made another business network, well, that's all part of you growing your own brand, your own business network, and talking to another company. If you then say, actually, I kind of need to do some business, and these are the kind of things that I want to achieve, that business is can start to pitch for the opportunity to win the business that you've put out there.
So is it a place that a business will go to pitch their product, or is it a place that I can see what you're saying about the fact that it is a business community because you are talking to a number of different people all at the same time. You can put your offering out there and people can come to you. But is it somewhere that you can actually build a proper community around your business as well by using Bizcrowd in the same way as you could do perhaps maybe with the likes of LinkedIn and dare I say even a little bit like Facebook, where there is nearly a list of friends that are sitting there who are ongoing business propositions for you?
So the two principal ways in which you would interact are, I have a need as an individual or a business, I go on and I post that need, and then the community or a business within the community can respond. The other way in which it can happen is I'm actually a business and I have a product, a proposition, a service that I want to promote and sell to anybody who is out there that wants to see the great things that I can do to help other businesses grow. So it's a two-way flow, and I think you need to think about it in those contexts. In addition to that, the ability to actually build up your own profile is very much stemmed on how valuable your contributions are to the website. Because let's face it.
And this is like LinkedIn again, isn't it? That if you've got a valuable contribution, or it's like, in fact, it's like some of the other social networking sites. If you have a valuable contribution, and if people interact with you as well, and it looks like you are giving valuable information, you can grow your response. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to be going on about LinkedIn and the others, because I think from what I've seen about Bizcrowd, it is a very unique proposition.
And yes, I genuinely think it is. I mean, just to respond to the point around where Facebook and LinkedIn operate, they don't necessarily consider social scalability or the concept of you and your weighting within the community, your weighting being the value that you add. And that's what Bizcrowd aims to do. So if, for argument's sake, you go on and post a need and I respond to that need, or you post a question and I respond to that question and you say, hey, Aaron, that was really useful, thank you. I'll give you a tick or a star or whatever, a kudos, let's call it a kudos icon. That's good for me, right? So then somebody else will come along and maybe ask the same question. If I appear in the results with that kudos tick, people are more likely to then listen to the information that I'm going to
It's nearly like a testimonial, isn't it?
Right, so it works on the basis of relationships, and if you, as an individual, are prepared to rate or endorse me based on the services or the information that I provide, I'm far more valuable within the community, to the community, and also to the people who want to interact with that community on the subject of their choice.
I tell you what, there's no two ways about it. It is an absolutely fascinating site. If you haven't had an opportunity yet to go to the Bizcrowd site, you may well have actually seen the TV ads that have been on the box over the past couple of months. The website, once again, very intuitive. You just go straight to the website. It's www.bizcrowd.com. You'll go onto the homepage, you sign up there. If you have a small to medium scale business, in fact, if you are just a one-man band and you want to promote your business a little bit more, this is a great opportunity for you to do that. It allows you to go on there, and straight away as well, for that matter, Aaron, you put all the details of your business in, you put all your contact details in, and then I love the idea that you can actually join up and you can go onto different notice boards and actually get your message about your business out there.
Yeah.
What kind of feedback, before we talk any more about in detail the website, but what kind of feedback have you had from people that are members of Bizcrowd?
So far, overwhelming response has been hugely positive, and particularly if you think about who we are and Bizcrowd's parent, introducing something like Bizcrowd into the community is dare I say it, a real breath of fresh air, and how the bank is really, really keen to engage with communities, with businesses, in a really different way. And if you go back to let's say 20 or 30 years ago, and you think how a bank manager would have known everybody in the community, they would have been the person that's pulling the strings, putting people and businesses in contact with one another, so that you would actually see that
they were the pillar of community, weren't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you were to take that concept, digitize it, you got Bizcrowd.
That's a great place to have a pause for a moment and a glass of water, I think. It is Bizcrowd. My guest this evening is Aron Thompson. He's the Digital Director for Business and Commercial Banking at RBS Group. And tonight we're talking about Bizcrowd, the new free online community for small to medium scale. In fact, it's for any business, no matter what you are, right across the board. One-man band all the way up to multi-million pound turnover organisations. Bizcrowd is a great way to actually communicate not only with potential customers, but also with other businesses that may be in your sector. There may be things, JVs that you can do with them. And also, I think what's lovely about it is it highlights that maybe the problems and the issues that you're having within your organisation are actually shared right across this Bizcrowd community. And the nice thing is you can talk to each other about it. You can make contact through the website. We'll be looking at the website a little bit later on, and it really is quite fascinating. So we've got that to come a little bit later on within this edition of Business Connections Live. All right, time now to have a look back at what we did last week. It was young enterprise we were talking about, the youth. What are we going to do with them? The youth. We're bringing them forward and we're sorting out jobs. In fact, if you're not familiar with Young Enterprise, we had a fantastic guest in who joined us last week to explain a little bit more about it. If your children are involved with Young Enterprise, well, hopefully this will give you more of an insight in what they're doing on a daily basis. But imagine the concept. A group of children, a group of young adults, in fact, who are running within their own college or school a business and doing it the way businesses should be run. Business plans, sorting out the finances, sales directors, making certain that they turn a profit and finding out what business is truly all about. This is what happened in last week's edition of Business Connections Live. My guest this evening is Kevin Williams. He's the chairman of Young Enterprise for the North Surrey Area Board. Kevin, once again, lovely to have you with us. Let's talk a little bit of history behind Young Enterprise.
It started 51 years ago in Surrey, of all places, and by a gentleman called Walter Salomon, and who was the Knight of the Realm. And he noticed that students were too academically inclined and not being prepared for the world of work. So he started in a couple of schools in Surrey the idea of running your own company, and it's just blossomed from there. In schools, you tend to do things, apart from maybe the football team or the rugby team, you tend to do things on your own, and all of a sudden you're now in a group of 10, 12, 15 people who all have different functions within the company, and believe it or not, you actually have to communicate. And one of the most difficult skills of all we try and teach them is to listen, because they're lousy listeners. So learning teamwork, learning communication, leadership, saying your piece, choosing, saying that's not a good idea, let's move in a different direction. All these things you just do not get in a traditional academic education. Now the Young Enterprise program runs a year, and we do insist that they liquidate at the latest at the end of July, when the school term finishes. And indeed most of them do that, and they and of course what they've got, whether they've had a great product or not, they've learned an enormous amount, which is really what it's all about, whether they won any prizes or not. But occasionally we will get a company that will shut down as a Young Enterprise company and start up the next day as their own company. And there's a famous company, I don't know if it's still running, down in Wiltshire, which started its life importing orchids, started its life as a Young Enterprise company, and was passed on for a number of years, where the directors who were moving on to university would hire people in the school to carry on the company. And it ran for at least 4 or 5 years. I don't know if it's still running. And we do have one in Surrey, actually, which is continuing, one of the companies from West Surrey, where we actually got some venture capitalists involved to give them some cash for a return for Young Enterprise, of course, and they're continuing to run their business from last year. It is exactly like a normal small business setting up. You have to decide who's going to be running your company. You have to decide what you're going to do. You have to understand who your target consumer is for your product or your service. And you have to, brainstorm the ideas, create the basis for your business, and then with the help from the board, we will give them some training on marketing and writing a business plan, because frequently you'll get students come in and say, oh, I've got this great idea for a product. And it's fine to have the idea up here, but the best place to have it is on a piece of paper where you've discussed it with all of your team. So work it, communicate to your team, work it as a team, build the idea, create a business plan. We are running a festival at Merrill Lynch in Camberley in mid-February, which is a dry run for the area final, where all the companies come together and display their wares. They're interviewed by judges, they do their 15-second ad, they make a presentation to about 250 people, and there are various prizes for various things, such as the ad, their presentation, their trade stand, their company report. Well, if anybody is interested in helping young people understand business and the world of work, Young Enterprise is always looking for volunteers. You can apply through the national website or via our Facebook site in North Surrey. And what advisors can get out of this is those possibly in the early days of their career may not have any supervisory responsibility. They may be working essentially on their own, and it's great to have the experience of mentoring young people, and they can get an awful lot out of it. Certainly some of the big companies that support us, like P&G and Thales, give us young people with 2-3 years into their career who maybe have never had any supervisory responsibility, and they can mentor this group of students, and they get great value out of that. Getting involved with other people, working with other people, can be a life-changing experience. Getting your academic qualifications is a great thing and a very important thing, but learning how to work with other people, learning skills like how to effectively listen, how to effectively communicate, how you can draw people's opinions out and assemble an idea and challenge that idea. It's a wonderful thing for young people to do. And it's extremely inspiring for older folk like myself to see them do that and to give them the benefit of your advice. And it makes you think about the lessons you've learned in your career and in your life as well. And it's very, very rewarding for both the participant, the student, and also for the volunteer.
Absolutely fantastic week last week, and thank you very much. It's one of the fastest watched programs. The following morning, we couldn't believe it. I think it was something like we had nearing 200 views or thereabout. It was just fantastic. So thank you very much, and good luck to all the colleges and schools and those talented young people who are actually putting together these small to medium scale businesses in their own schools and that. Actually looking onto the website right now, Young Enterprise celebrating their 50th year this year, and I see that RBS have actually got involved with this as well. We've got the Young Enterprise profile, raising, says RBS poll, inspiring enterprise. You're actually very, very keen on inspiring young people, aren't you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's at the core of everything we want to do. Is about encouraging businesses to grow, and we provide that in a range of different ways, very traditional banking ways and some new ones as well. But the thing that we are absolutely committed to doing is finding out how we can help businesses succeed. And if you look around at and listening to your programme just now and reflecting on that, the opportunities to start your own business are never greater than they ever have been. There is just absolutely everywhere. The power of the internet as a medium or the digital channel as a medium has removed many barriers to entry and created so much opportunity. And what it's enabled us to do is try and harness some of that. There's some super bright kids out there that are coming up with some amazing things. I mean, I don't know if you saw the DeepMind business was bought by Google for £400 million.
I know,
built
it's
by
frightening, isn't it?
37-year-old.
We're too old, you know that, don't you? You and I, we're just too old. Well, I am anyway, for absolutely definite.
But that's if you think about that particular individual, unbelievably intelligent, great mind. But there are many other companies like that are springing up, and you don't have to be a scientist with loads and loads of letters after your name. What you need to have is a great business idea, a sound enough reason to be able to try and take that to market or ask for funding so that you can take it to market. And that is where Bizcrowd can come in, because it can mentor you, it can give you advice, it can connect you with other businesses that can help you do that. You can do it yourself. I mean, there's just, the world is your oyster when you come to think about these kind of things. You don't have to say, I don't know how to do it. You have to say, there is information out there, there are people out there who want to actively help me.
I mean, going back to the whole fact that you support the young, I mean, as an organisation, as a bank, do you feel now that you're supporting, we're beginning to support industry as well as we could do? I know you guys, it's very easy to be bank bashers, there's no two ways about it, but do you think now banks are beginning to actually turn the corner now and actually be coming back and going, okay, you've presented to us properly, you've presented a good business plan, it looks right, we are actually here to support and to help. You're a young organisation, for instance, you know, if it's somebody that's leaving school and they think they've got a great idea and they want to start a company, to small to medium scale enterprises up and down the land who feel that they could develop and grow more if they had that financial support. Do you think the bank is now beginning to look at them more favourably? Are you going to twist the answer now?
No, definitely not. And so I can say this as I'm not a banker.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I know you're from the technical background.
And so I would say, so more actually, I'm almost to the point of the thing that really interests me as a person that's come into RBS and actually coming from a small business background. And you know, I've got a wonderful insight into the world of RBS that a lot of people don't ever get to see. So what I am very, very conscious of is there are thousands of people who are working their hearts out, trying to address some of the issues that we all know that we have. They've been publicly stated, and people are really care about doing the right thing. As an organisation, we are more I want to say more customer focused than we ever have been, because that's not to say that we weren't in the past, but it's about recognising doing the right thing, challenging where you don't see the right thing happening, and that culture is now pervasive. You know, it's the kind of thing that you really want. So if one of our relationship managers is talking to a customer and they see something's not right, then they need to feel that they can address that, and they've got the opportunity to make that difference to the customer. But
this kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier on, isn't it? It's about that local feel to it. This is what we're doing with Bizcrowd, isn't it? We've now got a national website that is working on a local basis nearly, isn't it? It means that local businesses can talk to local businesses. You can go on there, you can ask questions of local businesses that are there.
Yeah.
The website itself allows people to do that, and it's that whole localness that is really coming back into banking again, and coming back into that business support that you as an organisation provide.
And so people do want locality. It's very much not to say the thing of the moment, but the opportunity. I think the opportunity exists that if you wanted to be global, you can be. If you want to be national, you can be. If you want to be local, you can be. You have the power of the internet that will deliver that global distribution network, but the power of digital also means that you can be really specific and targeted.
Let's have a look at the website, and let's just go through some of the nuts and bolts of it, because it is absolutely engaging. We look here, this is the homepage that you would normally go to. I like the idea of the fact that it's got the most recent notice board posts that are sitting there at the front. So the information is there straight away for you, isn't it, when you go into it? And look at the titles that are sitting on that front page. Look here, business partner with premises. Health and safety advisor, I need. Freelance and H&S person, I need business partner. There are people on here that are actually looking for the things that you can offer, aren't there? And that's just on the home page. When you go straight to the site before you even sign in, you're getting this kind of information.
Yes, and I would actually hasten to add, it's not that we offer it, it's that the community offers it.
The community, the business community.
It's all about the business community, and what we are here to do is bring that network together, give it life so that it can start to grow, and if we give it that support and nurturing environment, hopefully the rest will start to take care of itself.
All right, so that's the homepage then. Let's go on to one of the other pages that are here. We'll look at the welcome page that we've got. It's very simple to sign up. Oh, that is the welcome page. Look at Marketplace. There's Marketplace. Now tell me a little bit about Marketplace. Bizcrowd Marketplace, open every day for customers to view and claim offers on Bizcrowd companies, products and services. Didn't even realise that was here. Obviously before the programme I did, but I mean, until I started looking, and I couldn't believe it. What a terrific opportunity for small businesses to promote their individual products and the different things that they offer very quickly, very sensibly, on a site that's got the integrity of Bizcrowd behind it. I mean, it's a terrific idea. How did that idea come about?
So that is direct response to customer or community feedback.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that you know, I passionately believe in, and I'm sorry I'll start to kind of give my digital background away here, but it's all about continuous improvement. You need to have the flexibility and adaptability to listen to what customers want and address those questions. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing the right thing by in this case your community or your customer. It doesn't really matter who it is, but the ability to listen, respond, go back to the market, that is, as a product owner or a channel manager, the thing that you should live and breathe by. So building.
So this is ongoing then. This is.
It should never stop.
I hesitate to say work in progress, but I mean what it is. It's continuously been updated, continuously been changed, and been fine-tuned and honed.
And if you look at any decent website, I mean, Google would probably be a great example of the one website that everybody knows about. Google, the homepage doesn't change, but all of the mechanics that go on behind it are changing on a kind of millisecond basis. All of the search algorithms are. So the marketplace is about, if you recall what I said earlier, I said that I as a business or I as an individual can say, I'm looking for a computer. Can anybody help me source a computer?
Yeah, and you see messages just like that.
Right, absolutely. But on the other hand, if I'm a computer supplier or a network operator, whatever it might happen to be, I can also go out and say, here are some of the great things that I have got to sell a computer, or actually it could be I'm a website designer, or I'm an architecture specialist, or I'm a network provider.
So in many respects, then you're replacing a lot of other sites, aren't you? The likes of Elance and things like that. You're kind of coming into the market, and you're nearly that kind of catalyst, that vehicle for all business activities. It's a way to promote. It's a way to gain customers. It's a way to exchange information. It's all those things, but in one unique place online.
Yes. And so. I mean, if you think about even just a chain of events that you could go through as a business, well, if you're either starting up or expanding your business, there are going to be a whole series of questions that you need to answer. That you're either going to have that knowledge because you're passionate about the subject that you got into business for in the first place, but you might not know distribution. You might not know sales and marketing. In fact, there's a great example. So being a bit of a foodie, I watched Jamie and Jimmy's, sorry, shameless plug for another a television show, but Jamie and Jimmy's
Other chefs are available, we understand, yes.
But one of the things that they are very keen on is about locality and local produce and all that kind of stuff. And there's a cheese that is available, only available, I think, in Leicestershire. And the husband and wife who make it, they make the cheese. The husband does the production and the wife does the sales and marketing. And her question is, well, actually, I don't know how to get expansion. I don't know how to get the distribution network because we're one small farm. I don't know how to scale up. There's more questions than answers. Now, actually, as a result of that, they've actually expanded and they've found out that there are loads and loads of companies out there that wants to help them because they've just seen that opportunity to get exposure and help this particular husband and wife with their business. There are businesses out there that want to connect with you.
And that's exactly what's happening here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You want the exposure, you want that help, you can ask for it. If you've got a product to sell, then you go on the site and you can do that too.
Yes.
We talked there a little bit about the Bizcrowd marketplace. The buzz is an interesting thing as well, so we'll talk about that in just a moment, but let's just go down one more of the tabs here. Now, these are the kind of different areas that people can get involved with. These are the notice boards. Tell us about the notice boards. I'll open up something that's got nothing to do with us, that we know very little about: agriculture, hunting and forestry. I'm not a big expert on that, I can promise you, so let's just pop inside of that. Now this is exactly the same on all the notice boards, isn't it? These something got a question. This is where that kind of interchange takes place, isn't it?
That's right. So this is about the so you've picked on quite a specialist sector.
I would, wouldn't I?
But then there are going to be
river dredging. You don't get a lot of sites talking about river dredging, do you?
And so I wouldn't even have a clue where to start. But what I do know is I could go to Bizcrowd and
you could find out.
And I
think that's what. So let's just. Well, I think that is wonderful. The fact that you can actually do that. Let's go down to business and professional. We may know a little bit more about that. Business support, printing services. Let's go to accountancy and financial services. Their notice board, and have a look at what's going on in there at the moment. Now you'll notice along the top we've got the overview. The needs, I take it this is what people are looking for, questions about this particular topic, the news too. So this is everything about this particular area of business in one place, and business. So if we'll look at the overview for a moment, we go down there. Active needs at the moment. I need a tax accountant in Bristol, don't we all right now with the end of this month coming up? Hi, I'm a small business with my end of year coming up on the 13th of Feb. I'd like an accountant to do my books, but I'm finding they're £100 a month too much for myself. Small business, got a serious problem, has gone to a big site with a vast audience to actually resolve the issue. Now, if you look on the site there, just below it, you can see here, there have been 27 responses to that.
And if you look, there's actually nearly 2,000 businesses that in that community who can help answer that question.
Mm-hmm. So just looking down there, or it's asking me if I'd like to respond. 27 businesses have already responded to it. I mean, it just goes to show you, how many businesses once again in the public that are doing this?
So we've got over 30,000 active businesses on the website.
30,000. 1,758 businesses ready to respond, sitting there on the side. And you can see a whole list, and I think this is what's so clever about this. If you look just down the right-hand side of the website as well, so we've got problems, we're looking for accountants, and we're looking for people that can sort out our cash flow issues and things like that. So down here, now these are other members, I take it, on the right-hand side, other members of Bizcrowd who have signed up, they've put in, they've said what they do, and we talked about this a few weeks back when we were looking at local SEO. When you put a search into Google, the companies that have got their local SEO to where you are, they're going to come up higher when it comes to the search results. And you're finding that here with the Bizcrowd website. If you just look once again at the screen, you'll see, look at this. This is showing you that it's proper local business help. Transaction Focus, 15 miles away. Raymond's Accountants, okay, 101 miles away. But moving down just a teeny weeny bit, Intertech Resto Limited, 11 miles away. Funding Options, 17 miles away. And you can see the ratings that they've got sitting underneath them as well. I mean, this is really a terrific directory for finding business help when you need it.
And it's local, to your point. So there's going to be a lot of instances, and you know, we recognise that this is an online community, but it's the start point and it's the point of continuum. In terms of the online community being there, but there's going to be so much more that you want to say to one another, that actually the ability to kind of sit down, have a coffee, have a chat, and actually that's where, you know, if you've got physical products that you're selling, you need to be able to go and meet and be able to talk to that other business about what you're offering. If you're an accountant or you're looking for an accountant and you've got a great big tax return and you've got a heap of papers, you want to be able to sit down and talk to somebody about it.
Or a shoebox, as it is. So, I mean, this is something else that I think is quite amazing about it. I just went down one of the other tabs and looking at questions. How often have you sat in your study at home or maybe your living room and you sat there, if only I could talk to somebody, if only I could just resolve an issue. Well, look at this. Questions, 52 active questions at the moment. In this one particular section, I'm asking cash flow problems, money advice. Can anyone recommend free bookkeeping software? Remittance advice, not playing ball, so looking for advice there. Bitcoin, very interesting area, Bitcoin actually. Should your business accept it? Good question. Loads of answers as well. What is the cheapest way to recruit financial advisors? Well, I mean, there's a whole host of different questions there. One section, let's just look at the news tab. Because what we're trying to say here is that Bizcrowd, if you've been thinking to yourself that you need help with the business, and this isn't an ad for it, this is just showing what is available and is out there to help you in your business on a day-by-day opportunity to actually get things right, to get the books done, to get business in, to promote your business. And if you don't have the expertise or the knowledge, well, there's going to be somebody within the Bizcrowd community that's actually going to be able to do that. And I suppose that is the crux of it, isn't it?
Absolutely. And if you think about what I said a wee bit earlier, and in terms of me as a product owner or a product manager, the thing that you can do as a business is recognise what you are particularly good at, your skill in that business, and actually then having the ability to leverage other people's skills, capabilities, the networks you build, to be able to draw all of those other areas in, because that puts you at the heart of managing your business. You are in control and you're leveraging that network. This is the network that enables you to expand that opportunity to build that network capability.
I mean, we started off and you said it's another opportunity to network. It's another networking opportunity. There are a lot of fantastic network organisations up and down the country, and I think by adding this to it, it's a real advantage. But the difference here is that instead of maybe 40 or 50 people that you see each month or each week in some cases, what you've got here, you've got a countrywide selection of people who are changing. It's been updated. There are new people coming on. And you've got a real opportunity to get your question out to real experts and get a real cross-section as well of advice coming back, as opposed to being tied down to your local area, to your local networking event. It's just a completely different concept, isn't it?
And I agree. And the thing that we are really keen to start see happening is it's, in as much as, yes, business is going to be on there because they want to trade and they want to connect, there are also going to be a lot of people out there who are really experienced business hands. You know, they've been around the block a few times, they've got the scars, they know what to do, they know the pitfalls, and more importantly, they know how to avoid them.
And that's it.
And so kind of my plea is, if you are one of those people, get on Bizcrowd and offer to be a mentor, offer to give that guidance. Well, you'll probably find that you'll get business off the back of it, so it's a no-lose situation. But
as I always say, there's no point in reinventing the wheel. I tell you what, it is a fascinating site. If you're just joining us now, my guest this evening is Aron Thompson. He's the Digital Director for Business and Commercial Banking at the RBS Group. But tonight we're talking specifically about Bizcrowd, the new free online business community. It is absolutely a sensational site. If you want to find out more about Bizcrowd, just simply go to www.bizcrowd.com. There it is on the bottom of the screen. Tap that into your PC, go along there, but don't do it yet because there's more to talk about Bizcrowd. In fact, one of the things you can do, and they've got this fantastic little film that tells you all about Bizcrowd. It really is. It's an insight. It takes 2 minutes. So I tell you what, why don't we have a look at that right now? This is what Bizcrowd is all about.
This video is for demonstration purposes only and is not based on actual events.
I have a small accounting firm and needed someone to repair my computer, so I registered on Bizcrowd.com. An IT supplier from my local area found me and was able to help with the repairs.
Bizcrowd helps you to connect with other small businesses here in the UK for free.
I found a great lead on Bizcrowd, but I also found some useful articles on running a business too.
Bizcrowd's free-to-use resources include informative case studies, articles and videos.
My mate, the IT supplier, told me how he used Bizcrowd to learn more about running a business, so I signed up. I found a video with useful tips on what to look for when buying a van.
Bizcrowd gives you practical, useful advice from other small businesses in the UK.
I needed a builder with a van who could deliver the materials to fit out my customer's office. Through Bizcrowd, I found him.
Bizcrowd is an exciting new networking tool.
With the builder's help, my client was happy. Thanks to Bizcrowd, I delivered.
Bizcrowd, where business finds business.
Sums it all up really, doesn't it? Where business finds business, Bizcrowd. Aron Thompson, Digital Director for Business and Commercial Banking RBS Group. We're talking business or Bizcrowd this evening. My name's Steve Harlan. You're watching Business Connections Live. Incidentally, if you're watching this on YouTube at the moment, please do subscribe if you don't mind. Just subscribe. Go to the website as well. Very shortly, you're going to have some very special offers. We know there's a lot of people who are very into the likes of LinkedIn and things like that. We've got a very special free course coming up on that, and also some other information too. So if you want to go onto the website, that's businessconnectionslive.com. The address is underneath. Incidentally, if you want to contact us as well for that matter, once again, same address, studio@businessconnectionslive.com. So there it is. That's on the screen too. Lovely. Okay, let's go back to Bizcrowd. I was very excited when I saw it, actually. I just couldn't believe it when I first saw the advert. And that was, the end of last year, we actually had the TV campaign.
Correct, yeah.
That worked. So the question I've got to ask you is, how do people get involved? Okay, you can sign up. That's for free, I understand.
Yes, absolutely. So Bizcrowd, Bizcrowd is available to absolutely everybody and anybody. It's available, it doesn't matter how small your business is. It doesn't matter how large a business is. It doesn't even matter if you have a business. If you've got a need, somebody can help you. It's almost akin to the A-team if you can find them. Mm-hmm. But because it's free and it's a community, you're in control. You get to decide when and where and what you want to do. We are simply giving you that accessibility to that website.
Now, is it a one-way thing then? If I join up, I sign up and it's free. Do you then? I suppose the things I don't want are, am I going to be bombarded with marketing material from these companies? Or is it a case that I actually go there? And what about the highlights from Bizcrowd? Are there, key things that I need to know? Are you going to keep in contact with me, or is it all one-way traffic?
So we have so in terms of registering for the website, it's really, really easy to do.
5 minutes.
And you can also sign in through social media. So if you use Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, once you've gone on and registered either to the social media network or to our site, if you're digesting through a tablet, you just click on the link. It takes you straight through security in a secure manner.
So you've integrated all the social networks into this as well, making this the business social network.
That's right. So you get two-way traffic flow, and it's just really easy for you to log in. It's all about making or reducing the points of friction. In addition to that, we want to keep in contact with you.
Yeah.
So we'd love you to sign up to the newsletter, because there's hints and tips, there's guides, there's businesses who have been there, done it before, like I said a bit earlier, who want to give you their advice. So really easy to sign up to our newsletter. And what we don't do is then enable companies to market to you. So this is not about us building up a big list of email addresses so that people can effectively.
That is actually very reassuring, isn't it? Because I think there's a lot of people who worry the moment they put their email address into a website, that what's going to happen is it's going to end up on a big list. They're going to be then bombarded with content and material, people trying to sell them things. Really what they're after here, they're hungry for information.
Yes, and people and businesses that can help them meet that. So this is absolutely not about heavy pushed-based marketing and advertising campaigns.
And what kind of topics on the newsletter do you cover then?
It will cover all ranges. I mean, so we don't have a prescribed list. It will depend on either what's going on in the news, what the topical discussions are by industry forum, and if other businesses actually want to make suggestions about what they want to see in the newsletter. Please write to us. Please get in contact. We'd love you as a business to actually help us build up that community.
If I do feel that I'd like to be a bit of a mentor, and I feel that I've got information that I want to share with other small businesses, how do I go about actually getting involved with Bizcrowd?
Okay.
I mean, what do I do? Do I go to the website? Is it just a case of registering as a company and then putting details in, or is there a little bit more to it than that?
So I think there's a couple of things you can do. So the first thing is get online, go to Bizcrowd, sign up, be a part of the community, and actually be active in promoting or responding to people's needs. The second thing, if there are businesses out there that feel that they can and wants to get involved with Bizcrowd, the team would love to hear from you. And we can make our email address available. I'm sure you can follow me or follow Bizcrowd on Twitter at AaronJT or at Bizcrowd. Get in contact with us and we'll have a conversation.
And that's exactly how we got in contact with you, and I think that's the thing that's interesting. We get in contact with you, we have a bit of a conversation, and the next thing we know, you're here. And I suppose it's not the kind of thing that you're doing on a daily basis. I would imagine doing TV and radio interviews and stuff like that. But you're here, you've gone out of your way, you've turned up, you're sitting down, and you're quite prepared to explain. And you're a large organisation. You could actually do whatever you really wanted. You could buy airtime, you could buy radio time, but we're a small broadcast company, and here you are. You're talking to us about your brand, about your product, and I think that's the thing that impressed us the most about it: the fact that you were willing to come along and willing to discuss the whole concept behind Bizcrowd.
And so yeah, we are a large organisation, and there are going to be and so some of the ways in which we interact with kind of the wider public are very corporate. But that is not, if you start to unpeel some of the layers and the individuals and Bizcrowd and some of the other products and services we have, this is about us responding to what we believe are customer or consumer or market needs, and actually the bank has chosen to invest in people like me so that we can build propositions like this, because we actually want to be talking to people like you. Mm-hmm. No, that is, and I think you asked about, is the bank changing and doing things in a different way? Well, I think I'm probably some of the evidence in the way in which it's starting to shift some of its thinking. So even to the point of, so if businesses want to get involved and they've got an idea about a proposition that they think would really add value to Bizcrowd, and they want to come and talk to us about it, then great, I'd love to talk to you.
Well, just absolutely amazing that you're actually that open as a company to actually do something like that, which is terrific. What about success stories, though, from it? I mean, you must have had feedback now from companies that have come along to you, and I suppose this is really what the whole site is about. You've had a business joins up with Bizcrowd, contacts another business, next thing to know, they've got a multi-million-pound order, or at least they're growing their business because of the interaction that they've had with the website. Have you heard and had that kind of feedback back?
Yes, luckily makes it all worthwhile.
It hasn't worked for anybody, not a person.
We've and if you think back about how long we've been doing this, and we've been live for nearly a year,
yeah,
or just about a year.
Is it that long now?
Yeah, it's been live. Yeah, it's and it's been a great opportunity for us to talk about the things that we can do. We've had some airtime, we've had some advertising that's also been fantastic. So we have that distribution, we have that reach. There are lots of businesses on there that want to help you. I think I said that there are tens of thousands of businesses now on there. Now that's quite a good scale to achieve in a short period of time. But the thing that actually matters is, yes, businesses are responding to other business needs, and we do get direct feedback from customers of Bizcrowd who have said, thanks Bizcrowd, you put me in contact with this business, or you've enabled me to win this business, not just through the marketplace where you're promoting your products and your services, sometimes as a discount or something like that. No, this is actually about a need being posted and a business saying, yeah, I can help you with that. Let's talk, here's my phone number, here's my email address. And then for us to hear about the fact that actually those businesses are connecting and starting to trade. And in a couple of cases, there's some people who have won lots of contracts. Now that's great, so that means that we've got sustainability. And if you've got sustainability, then that is, well, it's good for us because there's sustainability for Bizcrowd. But it's also, and more importantly, sustainable for that company who's winning all of those business contracts through Bizcrowd, which is a free-to-use service.
Sounds like effective marketing to me, honestly. Aron Thompson, Digital Director for Business and Commercial Banking, RBS Group, and we're talking Bizcrowd tonight, the free online community. Tell you what, time to have a look back over the last 7 days, what's been happening in the news. It's been a busy old time. The politicians have been out and about, all sorts of things going on there. And with the latest business news, here's Linda Bazant.
This is Business Connections Live with the business news for Wednesday, the 29th of January 2014. Sir Mike Rake, President of the CBI, has said that businesses can afford an above-inflation increase in the minimum wage. This makes him the most senior business figure so far to support calls for a real improvement in earnings for the low-paid, although it was not an outright backing of the Chancellor's recommendation for the minimum wage to be raised to £7 by the end of 2015. The announcement by Ed Balls, the Shadow Chancellor of Labour's intention to resurrect the 50p tax rate, has been labelled as a disaster for the economy by business leaders. Industry leaders said it was the final nail in the coffin for their relationship with Labour and could sabotage the recovery. Mark Littlewood of the Institute of Economic Affairs said reintroducing the 50p rate would be a disaster for both enterprise and economic growth. Meanwhile, data from the Office for National Statistics showed overall growth in 2013 was 1.9%. This prompted the CBI to predict that rising confidence would filter through to higher pay rises and renewed investment in businesses. Mark Carney, Governor of the Bank of England, is revising his original low interest rate policy after misjudging the speed at which unemployment would fall. He said that guidance will evolve next month, but emphasised that rates would remain rock bottom for some time. The 8th annual Data Protection Day has seen numerous data protection bodies and political bigwigs urging firms to ensure that the data they create, collect and store is well protected as the push for new data laws continues. The existing laws came into effect in 1995, and much has changed about the internet since then. The European Commission is hoping that its proposed reforms will aid data protection efforts by making it easier for businesses to operate under EU law. And if you have any comments or views on these or any other stories, please contact us on all social media or email studio@businessconnectionslive.com.
She always does a good job standing up there in the corner. Well done. Thank you very much to Linda. A little bit of additional news for you as well. Next week, it all changes here at Business Connections Live. We're moving the programme forward an hour. We've had a lot of feedback over the past 20 or so weeks while we've been doing the programme. So we've got a new time for Business Connections Live. Kicking off on Wednesday, the 5th of February. The programme will be live every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. That's live at 6 p.m. But don't forget, you can always watch the programme. You can always catch up on the website, businessconnectionslive.com, or you can go to our YouTube channel as well. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. Or just do a search on Google. Interestingly, I did a search on Google just before we started the programme. And this programme, if you put in, I think if you put in Young Enterprise and Bizcrowd, we are top. We are actually top of the Google page. And that only went up today. That is just fantastic. So I don't know whether that shows the power of us or shows the power of Bizcrowd. So our thanks to the boys and girls at Bizcrowd. So it's fantastic. All right, let's go back and talk a little bit more. I mean, we've only got a few minutes left, so let's talk in summary then about what, if we're a small business, what we need to be considering, and as a small business as well, what we can offer Bizcrowd and what Bizcrowd can offer us. So let's kick off at the first part of that question then. Just a quick summary of what Bizcrowd is and what it's all about.
So Bizcrowd is your opportunity as a small business to get involved. It will enable you to post a need, seek out companies that are able to enable you to answer or get answers to those needs. It enables you to promote your own products and services and company, as well as building your own profile. Now, if I think about the search functionality you talked about, if you sign up to Bizcrowd, we will create a natural search capability for you straight away. It enables you very quickly and freely to start working the Google search engine rankings.
Well, actually, just to interrupt you there, if you have a quick look, this is our profile, in fact, that is currently on Bizcrowd. We put this up just a little bit earlier today, so you can see there, it gives you a little bit of information concerning us. Actually, it's got the brand new time there, Wednesday, 6 p.m, Business Connections Live, gives our location, and of course that's very important, because when you put in the location for your business, it will team you up, or it'll tie you in to other businesses that are local to you, shows the services that we provide. And that's interesting. Look, we've now got a Bizcrowd web address as well, bizcrowd.com/Business Connections Live. And then it shows you the different notice board groups that we've joined up. You can have 5 initially. Here we've got advertising, marketing, PR, business support, printing services, education, training and consultancy, publishing and editorial services, television and radio. That should really be first, shouldn't it? And then as you work down, tags that you've added to your business profile. And it just goes on. And what, of course, this profile is doing is it's tying you as closely to the needs of other businesses when they go online. So when they put in a question, when they're asking for any of the things that are related to our business, then of course what will happen is our business will come up. So it's a great way of informing other people. Now, if I had a problem though, of course I can go to Bizcrowd and I can say, yes, we're having trouble with cash flow. We want to increase, we want a good way of maybe leasing equipment. Who should we go to lease equipment, apart from your good selves, of course? But you know, you could ask the question online, couldn't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, there are, as I said, there are lots and lots of businesses out there that want to help you, and that is the power. And if I think about how Bizcrowd has enabled businesses so far to connect and trade with one another, that is what this does. You know, there's the water cooler section, so you can have the informal conversations, the buzzes.
Yep. The buzz
that gives you the kind
buzz.
of everyone wants to know what's going on in the corridors and the kind of what's going on in the industry. So you get that. You've got the marketplace, which gives you access to products and services at your fingertips with special offers. You've got the needs matching engine that enables you to say, this is what I need help. Businesses, please respond. And to your point, it's all geolocational, so it's relevant and contextual to your specific need and to your local area.
And don't worry as well, I would imagine, don't worry if you're worried that your particular industry isn't going to be covered, because if you just look down this list, I'll just make it a little bit quicker and move it over so you can actually see. But this is the list of different whoops, go up there a little bit. This is a list of all the different topics: agricultural, hunting and forestry. I'm very big in that. Arts, culture, leisure, automotive, business, professional, construction, entertainment, healthcare, IT, manufacturing, media and creative, retail, wholesale, travel, tourism and accommodation. If your business doesn't fit into that somewhere, you are doing a strange old business, but I would imagine that you've got them all covered, haven't you, with that?
I'd like to think so, but if we haven't, let us know. You know,
and of course, that's a nice
part
thing.
of you being able to build the community.
So, okay, so here you are. You're a year down the track with Bizcrowd. What does the future hold for it? Where do you, as a bank, as an organisation, hope for Bizcrowd to move on to?
So this is just the stepping stone, right? So this is us putting a proposition out there and saying, you help us develop it. It is a two-way conversation. So if you are a business out there and you've got an idea about how Bizcrowd can be developed, if you've got a product that could help Bizcrowd in terms of its functionality, I'd love to talk to you. We as a bank will carry on investing in the Bizcrowd proposition because we fundamentally believe it. We believe in supporting the UK economy. It's kind of why we're here. That's what we should be doing. Now, I'm really keen that
Are you okay to give out? I mean, people do want to contact you. That's not empty words, is it? If
no,
they want to
we
email
generally
you or
want
something
people
like that.
to me or to the Bizcrowd team. My Twitter handle is publicly available.
Are you okay? Do you want to give out your email address, or we can put that in the notes afterwards? Give out your email address,
and through the Bizcrowd. I'd recommend it through the Bizcrowd. Probably
do it through the website.
Through the Bizcrowd.
So if you do want to contact, do it straight through the website. Go to the website, and you can contact the team there, and you can actually make certain. There's the website address on the screen right now. It is www.bizcrowd.com.
And we are at bizcrowd.com as our Twitter handle.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot now because I'm a nasty, horrible person, quite frankly. Ask anybody here. If you had 2 or 3 minutes and you were down the pub and you were telling a mate or even telling a prospective person who is a small business owner about Bizcrowd, how would you just go about doing it? I know we've kind of done it once or twice, but in a condensed form, straight down camera number 3, just over there. The airwaves are yours. It's that big sell.
Okay.
No pressure then. But, you know, Bizcrowd, as a business community, tell us all about it. What's it about and why should I join it?
Okay. So Bizcrowd is all about how we can help you. Bizcrowd is a community that has been built through extensive research, understanding exactly what it is that our businesses need in the UK economy to thrive and grow. What we're doing is responding to that need. So I'd urge you and encourage you to sign up to Bizcrowd today, post a need and find out how many responses you get, and if you are able also to respond to other people's needs, you will find that you will win business contracts off the back of those. If you do that, and you start to become an active community member, you will grow your kudos within the community, and you will find that really Bizcrowd, the world is your oyster. It's your opportunity to get involved and make a difference.
Blimey, that's, I mean, it's all summed up there, isn't it? That was Aron giving all the information that you need. Tell you what, Aron, thank you very much indeed for coming on the programme. Can I just remind you that next Wednesday, by popular demand, it says on my script in front of me, the programme, as I said, has a new time slot of 6 o'clock. Also on the programme, there it is, live at 6 o'clock next Wednesday. And later on in February, some of the other people that we've got with us, we've got news of the Young Enterprise North Surrey Half-Year Festival at Merrill Lynch in Camberley, and also the North Surrey Finals of Young Enterprise at Proctor. It's nice to actually have an electronic networking location that you can go to about your business, and you can actually find out other companies that have got similar problems. You're not on your own anymore, are you?
No, absolutely not.
You're not on your own anymore. Listen, from all the team here at Business Connections Live, we'll be back again next week earlier at 6 o'clock. But from me, Steve Highland, Gordon, who's screaming at me, Katie and Linda and the rest of the team. Till then, it's bye for now. Bye-bye.